Greetings, I'm Dave Gilmore, and this is Design Intelligence. By the time you hear this, you'll be halfway through the first quarter. Blink, and time flies by. This being the case, are you focused? Are you following the plan you set in place before the starting gun of the new year began? Have you accomplished what you said you would this far in the quarter? So often, planning takes on an overweighting in the first couple of quarters of a new fiscal year and sets itself up for disappointment and attendant discouragement. The planning of work is far too often aspirational, without regard to the perspiration required to see it through. In professional services, particularly services delivered over months rather than weeks, the backlog accumulated in the first half of the year is what determines the level of billable utilization for the following year. That's right, the business building of Q1 and 2, more often than not, are what the organization lives off of 6 to 9 months later. So the momentum of business building in the first half of Q1 sets the cadence for effective business in the first half. Like a bullet from a gun, the speed and focus of business at the start of the year gauges the velocity of the overall business for the overall year. So coming back to the beginning of this podcast, are you following the plan you set in place before the starting gun of the new year began? Have you accomplished what you said you would this far in the quarter? If not, then dust off the plan, make the corrective adjustments, and get to it. Time waits for no one. Once passed, it's gone forever and can't be made up. As a leader of the organization, it's your responsibility to set the pace and ensure it's kept. It's your role to lead the execution of the plan so many painstakingly built with hopes and ambitions. Another aspect of leadership we at Design Intelligence are obsessed with is resilience. We see almost no firms consciously building resilience into their annual plans and budgets. We see little focused effort going into what-if scenario analysis and alternative planning. We are deeply concerned that far too many firms will once again fail when the new crisis comes, and crisis will come. But if resilience hasn't been consciously woven into the fabric of the firm, then it will fail, and people will bear the brunt. Resilience begins with culture, but extends into operations and finance. Resilience impacts the manner in which work is delivered and how promises are kept. Resilience pushes away from shortcut expedients and owns the necessary path cutting to support whatever load comes down its tread. This is only accomplished by dedicated, focused, and intentional leadership. What kind of leader are you? Until next time, I'm Dave Gilmore, and this is Design Intelligence.